Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well. And also shalom and salutations to the brothers out there laboring in this work as well. So this lesson that I'm going to be getting into, it's going to be a real quick lesson, going into things that have been happening recently, man. You know, um, especially dealing with technology, you know, because what we see, or where we see the world going, it's going to a digital age, man. Everything is moving towards being digital. You see, and that's prophecy in the Bible, man. It's prophesied that there will come a time, where where you're gonna have to be dependent on uh, on on digital things, man. But specifically a digital thing, which is that mark of the beast. Which the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man. That is the mark of the beast. You see, and that's digital. That's something that's inserted in your skin. You see, um, but you know, what's been coming out lately is a lot of these electric cars, these electric vehicles, catching fire. You had that Tesla, with that Jake, that was burnt inside, man, screaming for help. It exploded, man. You know, and then here, I have a clip of a vehicle, of an electric vehicle that just caught fire in a garage, man, at a house while charging. You see, so this should ring a bell, man. That this new age, or where the world is headed as far as technology and being digital is not safe, man. It's not safe because you can't depend on these things, man. You can't trust them. You know, it's robots, and a lot of movies shows you or show what happens when you allow technology to take over instead of you know just being human. You know, it shows chaos erupting when uh technology is given what a leeway, man. You see, and that's what's gonna happen with the people that consent to the so-called white man, that consent to the system that's coming, man. This new world order that's the so-called white man is trying to establish. Which he's not gonna establish it completely, because we know the Lord is gonna alter that, man. The Lord is not gonna allow it to completely flourish and for them to completely succeed, man. All right, so let me get this in the book of Revelation 13 and verse 15. And it says, and he had power to give life. Matter of fact, I'm going to jump up. Revelation 13 and verse 11. It says, the beast from the earth. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You see, so this beast is referring to the newly revived Roman Empire. You see, that's what it's referring to. This beast is referring to a system, and that system is the newly revived Roman Empire, because there was an ancient Roman Empire which fell, but it was just temporarily wounded, and it took a seat for a moment of time, or for a period of time. You see, but then once again, it was revived and brought back and came back into power. You see, so this is that Roman, or this is that beast that is referring to, and it's also known as the dragon, man. So it says, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And these two horns are symbolic to the political parties, which this new Roman system, how it operates, man, with these two parties. You see, and what is this new Roman system today? Is the NATO and the EU. You see, and the two political parties, for example, you have the conservatives and the liberals. You know, that's what it's referring to by the two horns, two power structures, like a lamb, and the lamb is a soft, a delicate creature. You know, so it has the attribute of a lamb, which is deception. You know, because it says what? It says he spake as a dragon. So he comes like a lamb, like a soft, like a harmless, animal. But he spake as a dragon. The laws and legislations are rigorous, man. You know. Oh, scriptures also speak about how that his words were smoother uh, than oil, and but in his heart was war, man. That's referring to the so-called white man and his system. That's how he operates, man. He comes to you like he's a, soft spoken, but his actions are dragon-like, man. You know. Verse 12 it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. See, the first beast before him is what? That ancient Roman system. It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So, as I mentioned, the ancient Roman Empire was wounded, but that wound was healed and brought back to life, revive. Oh, just like the Renaissance, right? Rebirth of what? The rebirth of Rome, right? Verse 13. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So this great wonder, or these great wonders, are the nuclear bombs, man. For example, you have Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. You know that's that fire, man. These bombs and these nuclear power, these nuclear capabilities, man, that the so-called white man has. You see, in the sight of men, like I said, like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Verse 14, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. You see, so he another attribute of his is deception. Deception through his technology, man. You see, I'm gonna read that again. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So this image is referring to the system, that ancient Roman system being brought back. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we seen a glimpse of that, man. But not rigorous. With the what happened with the C-19. How that if you didn't consent or worship or bow down to that system that they presented, you had to get the job, in order for you to do certain things. And if you didn't get the job, you were basically canceled out, or killed. You weren't able to function in society. That was just a glimpse, but it's gonna come to the point where they're gonna kill you if you don't consent to, the to the new world order. So so to speak, to that mark of the beast. The mark of the beast. If you don't consent to that system, you're gonna be killed, man. Verse 16, and that time is gonna come upon the whole world. The whole world is gonna be tried, man. Everybody. Matter of fact, let me get some. Let me keep reading. It says, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So he's gonna cause everybody, no matter how small or great you are, no matter how rich or poor you are, no matter if you're outside of the prison system or you're bound in the prison system, you know, to receive that mark, which that mark is the uh, RFID, radio frequency identification device. That chip, that microchip, that's that mark, you know, in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see, because that mark, the charagma, it's a chip that could be put in your right hand, and what it means by foreheads is an example of that is the neural link. What Elon Musk, you know, that technology that we seen a glimpse of, man. How that they're able to alter your nerve systems in your brain, by putting uh, a neural link in it, man. To activate certain muscles and tissues in your body that weren't able to move before. And this is a part of his miracles too. The fact that he can make someone that was disabled, you know, stable again. You see? But that technology is not to be trusted. Why? Because we seen, scriptures speak about a serpent. Could you trust a serpent? Could you become a friend of a serpent? No, because it's gonna bite you at the end of the day, man. And you can't complain when it bites you because it's a serpent, and that's the case with the so-called white man. You cannot trust them no matter what. So you cannot trust this technology because the end of it, it's gonna destroy you, man. Which that's also a consequence of you trusting in him and taking his mark, man. Taking this chip. You're actually gonna get a cancer from it, and the scriptures say that, man. You know, just like the Tesla. Those people that trust in these electronic vehicles, and this modern, this new age technology. Now is turning on them. Exploding in your garage, least expected, just catching fire out of nowhere. With the mark of the beast, it's gonna be the same thing, man. Because it's not stable, it's not sure, it's temporal. And it's a serpent that's orchestrating this, man. So you're gonna get bit, man, and it's gonna hurt you. And ultimately, if you do take that mark, if you do take that chip, you're gonna be destroyed by the Lord, man. Because you chose your side. You chose to side with the devil, which is Esau, man, the so-called white man. And if you choose his side, when this thing is made mandatory, and you choose not to, put your trust in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Lord's gonna destroy you, for taking the mark of the beast. That's what he said, man. That's a consequence as well. So that's a double consequence. You're gonna get a grievous sore, a cancer from it. And you're gonna get destroyed by the Lord, Yahweh Shai, man, and his angels. You know. So that's why the apostles, they always tell this is a heavy topic to go into, man. The mark of the beast, because it's important, man. It's a deciding factor. You know. Verse 17, and it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and six. You see, so this is tied to buying and selling. So this technology is going to be tied to buying and selling this mark, this charagma. You see that? Um, yeah. So let's go from there to Revelation 16 and verse 2, because I mentioned that you're going to get a grievous sore, a cancer from um, taking the mark of the beast. The MOTB. Revelation 16 and verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So that grievous sore it's a boil. It's like a cancer in your hand, man. When you look it up, you see. So that's one of the consequences of you trusting the serpent. One of the consequences of you taking this mark, and the other is Revelation 14 and verse 9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark." So if you bow down to the beast, to the system and his system, and you take his mark in his forehead or in his hand, you go with this, you trust in the Neuralink, or you trust in the microchip. It says, "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name." So that's the other consequence of you trusting in the system and taking the mark. You're gonna be destroyed, man, and you're gonna be caught up in this nuclear fire. That's that fire and brimstone, man. Because America is gonna be destroyed. You see, and also what these the chariots, man. They're gonna know. The angels are gonna know. And you're gonna get dealt with, man. So that is not something you want to do. That trusting in this man, trusting in Esau Edom, you do not want to, trust him, man. All right. So let's go from there to the book of Isaiah 36 and verse 6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." You see, so America is also modern day Egypt. It says, "Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." So the modern day Pharaoh today is the so-called white man. And the modern day Egypt today is what? It's America. So if you trust in America and you trust in the system, it's gonna pierce you. It's gonna go in through your hand. You know, Spiritually, this is talking about the mark of the beast. And carnally, this is talking about is gonna hurt you, man. Because you're leaning on a broken staff, which is a so-called white man, and he's also known as the crook, something that's crooked, man. You see, but the staff you should be really trusting in is the Lord Yahweh Shai. No matter what happens, no matter you know if you can't eat for a certain amount of days, if you're not able to uh maneuver in society when this is implemented, if you trust in Yahweh Shai is gonna make a way, man, no matter what. As long as you just put your trust in Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai said it, man, in Sirach 2. Whoever trusted in him and was confounded and was left, alone, man. There's countless examples in the scriptures, man. How the Lord was always there for those that trusted him. Those that came, those that uh, waited for him, man. And you're not gonna be left confounded because the Lord, His word is bond, man. You know, So yeah, this was just a quick lesson going into this these electric vehicles and what's been going on. This has they showed that in that movie Leave the World Behind as well. You see how that the Teslas, they were moving on their own. You see, so you trusting in this technology is really gonna hurt you at the end of the day, uh, especially that MOTB, man. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai Ba Shem Until next time, Shalom.